So last week we talked about the incident where Gucci Mane got robbed by Pooh Shiesty while Pooh Shiesty had an ankle monitor on. Lots of information has been coming out about that ever since. And apparently Gucci Mane snitched. He gave a statement. So let's hear what 1090 Jake has to say about this.
An FBI agent testified under oath that Gucci gave statements to the Dallas PD about the Pooh Shiesty robbery, and I have it. The incident report would state responding officers met with Gucci, Brandon Putman, and Matthew Marzal, who stated they were robbed at gunpoint by 6 or 7 unknown suspects, all wearing black attire. But that isn't all. This is the actual statement, and it's been redacted under Texas law. So if you don't think they ain't said nothing, well, what the fuck you think all that is? Paperwork would also state they got Gucci for $3,600 in cash, a $250,000 watch, $250,000 earrings, a $50,000 wedding ring, and who the fuck you think told them that? Now pay attention, because all it showed us was they said 6 or 7 unknown suspects were the ones that robbed them. But the federal paperwork would show us BP, Brandon Putman, one of Gucci's day ones, identified not 1, not 2, but 4 suspects himself by Instagram handles and names. That same federal paperwork would state that RD, Roderick Davis, aka Gucci, identified Pooh Shiesty and Big 30 by their Instagrams. And this is a throwback picture of BP and Gucci in the Sun Valley Apartments off Boulder Crest Road, Zone 6, East Atlanta. And somebody at the bottom said, not one rat or coward among us. So y'all said Gucci ain't snitch, his security snitch. His security was never even in the fucking room. They hit Gucci himself for over $500,000 fucking dollars. All together off Gucci's team, they got over $600,000 fucking dollars. They was not about to let that slide. The police said who? They said them. The FBI agent testified.
Did they got veneers?
They looked like grills, to be honest. The way that that shit was mad straight.
Yeah, but furthermore, I keep on saying that word, but Gucci Mane last night dropped a diss track to Pooh Shiesty and Big 30 and everyone who we robbed. So did you guys hear the track?
I did not.
Okay,
No,
classic Gucci flows. Classic Gucci flows, Zaytoven beat. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like a classic Gucci song. I think that overall the song is kind of ass, but the song is kind of ass, but the words in it is like, it's something that you want, once you understand the narrative, he's expressing himself and his feelings. It's not something I would listen to, but it's something that I would listen to because of the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But it's not something on my average day is like, oh, something with this flow, let's do. But here's some of the lines from the song. He said, "Tell the truth, you went out like a real crash dummy." The song's called Crash Dummy. "And after all that, boy, you still signed me." Because, yeah, he's still signed to Gucci, so all the money's gonna go to Gucci from his career. He says, "I'm like Birdman, and this nigga's my cash money. You fat ass flunky. He a stone cold junkie." And I think he was talking about Big 30 there. He said, "You know I got my bread up. I always keep my head up. I thought it was a business meeting, but it was a setup." Gucci Mane speaks after Pooh Shiesty was arrested for allegedly robbing him on Crash Dummy. So that everyone is on Gucci's ass for this because they're saying that this is like confirming the snitching. This is just like you're snitching via song now. Like you're basically confirming like, yeah, like the line where he said that, "You know I got my bread up. I always keep my head up. I thought it was a business meeting, but it was a setup." So that's basically describing the incident in song.
Yeah.
So how do you guys feel about Gucci Mane snitching on Pooh Shiesty? Allegedly.
So, in my humble opinion, I don't think that Gucci Mane was snitching on Pooh Shiesty. I think that he was just using the available resources to get his get back. If I can tell the police that, hey, this nigga got my shit, and they could get you locked up in fucking 5 days, and I have to go through this and that, then hey.
Okay, so if we're beefing and you kill my homie, and then I call the police and say, "Yo, this nigga killed my homie," did I snitch on you?
No.
Yes, that is fucking snitching.
How's that
That's snitching, bro. The thing is that it is snitching, but I'm saying that we shouldn't care. In my opinion. What's your opinion on before I get into my in-depth shit? What's your opinion on Gucci snitching? You've in history had a pretty strong stance on snitching, but I feel like you have started to lighten up and be a little bit more adultish on your takes. So what is your take?
Not really. I just don't like the fact that Gunna snitched.
Well, how about Gucci?
Gucci's not Gunna.
You see, niggas, all this selective politicking, bro. Niggas pick and choose.
Gonna.
They only care about who snitched. They don't care about the actual act.
I'm more considerate about the entirety of the situation. So it's like y'all niggas are in this big ass RICO case.
Wait. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, y'all niggas are in this big ass RICO case. You probably weren't even gonna have anything bad happen to you. and you snitched. But the fact that Gucci Mane literally got robbed by a nigga that he put on, and he obviously is a very rich man, and I don't know. I just feel like like business is business at the end of the day. Like, you did something stupid to the person that employs you, essentially.
So that gives him the right to snitch.
Yeah. But at the same time, at the same time, I do feel like actually no, because
I just don't see you trying to give this much understanding to 6ix9ine. The niggas who he snitched on, like, they tried to like kidnap his mom, tried to fuck his bitch allegedly, and then they also like tried to kidnap and kill him. It was all on video. It was all completely certified that, like, yeah, they beat the fuck out of him and tried to kidnap him, and he got away.
So now that that's been so long ago, and that I actually see videos of 6ix9ine like doing live streaming,
you're like, oh, I like him now,
and he's genuinely actually funny as hell. I'm like,
this nigga doesn't care about snitching, bro. He cares about the person. He cares about how he feels more about the person rather than he does about the principle of snitching.
Well, I mean, the real question, the real question is, like, what do you classify as snitching? Because, like, you might go by the street definition, but what is your definition of snitching?
I guess I would say, like, if you're guilty of doing something and then you're literally telling on other people about the shit that you did too as well, it's like, yeah, you're a snitch.
Yeah, you're a snitch.
Yeah.
But if someone robbed you and you told the authorities to get that nigga, are you snitching?
If you're not a street nigga, then, like, no, nigga, you got robbed.
But Gucci's a street nigga.
Is he still really a street nigga though?
Well, I feel like to him, he's a street nigga still, bro.
Okay.
Like, I feel like technically, no. Lots of these rich niggas, these rappers, a lot of them aren't really street niggas anymore because they're rich as fuck and they don't have to be in the streets.
Exactly.
You know? But at the same time, you can't tell Boosie he's not a street nigga. Pooh Shiesty's clearly doing Pooh Shiesty, doing Lil Durk. Like, a lot of these niggas are still rich doing street nigga shit,
yeah.
I guess. But it's just like, but Gucci Mane, I feel like the way that his image and his rep was built was strictly upon, like, he raised children in the streets off of his persona of being a gangster. You know what I'm saying? He had a huge wave in his day.
My question, though, is, like, what was he supposed to do? In an ideal world where he's not a snitch,
he's
what is he
supposed to do? What Lil TJ and Austin, get it back in blood, nigga.
Get it back in blood.
That's what your artist song was called, Back in Blood, nigga. You're supposed to get that shit back in blood. That's it. Okay, so being realistic here, when it comes to Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty, I think that Gucci Mane did the right thing, and I think that he should snitch.
Yes. Okay.
I do think that Gucci Mane should snitch. 100%. I just don't want to not call it snitching. It is snitching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He does have a street background, and there's a video of him saying that never in his life in a million years will he ever snitch. He'll do a million years. You know niggas talking shit. He said he'll never snitch ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that he deserves some of the backlash from that, but at the same time, I think that he still should do what he's doing legally because this is a business matter and it should be handled like a business matter.
And that's kind of my whole standpoint on it is, like, we're not talking about something where, like, I don't know, it's not street related.
Yes, it is. You're still putting a nigga in jail for, like, his whole life potentially.
No, but I'm saying
that nigga deserved it.
I'm saying the circle.
It's still street shit though. You're getting robbed at gunpoint. From the time the gun gets out, it's street shit.
Okay, I see what you mean from that standpoint.
You know what
I think the way that I'm looking at it is they were addressing a business matter, like an actual legal business matter.
Do you think that street niggas be like trying to differentiate?
Okay, but I think you're misunderstanding what I'm trying to say is the fact that this was supposed to be intentionally a business matter, like actual legal on paper business matter.
So if you robbed him at the strip club and he snitched, it would be bad. But if you robbed him because you robbed him during a business meeting, it's alright to snitch. But if you robbed him at the strip club while they were throwing bands, then it'd be like, oh, you can't snitch. He robbed you at the strip club, nigga. What the fuck?
If you get robbed at a strip club, snitch, nigga.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter if it was a business matter or no matter what.
If you got robbed while selling, then
no, it's not about that. It's about who you are. Look. If Ayo gets robbed, it's different than if Zay gets robbed. How Ayo reacts when he gets robbed is different than how we would expect Zay to react when he gets robbed because of who they are and the principles that they carried. When Zay was here, what did he say? I'm not snitching, no matter what. That's what he said. No matter what, I am not snitching. His principles are very different. You weren't there. You were in Africa for that. But what I'm saying is that like Gucci Man, it matters if it was Gucci Man rather than if it was fucking Ryan Leslie, bro.
I think what I'm kind of trying to say is more so like if Pooh Shiesty literally went to go and rob him, just like, I guess you can say like out of the blue, like literally just like saw him in the street, went and robbed him for literally no reason, like not even to sign the papers or no shit like that, then I'd be like, okay, you might have to do some street shit to really get back at that. But
that's not how it works. That's just unrealistic. Like, think about it. If Lil Durk, if Pooh Shiesty did the same exact thing to Lil Durk, do you think we would expect Lil Durk to snitch? Because it was a business matter? No. Street niggas handle shit in the street, and that's what they expected Gucci to handle shit in the street. The problem is that we don't have a retirement plan for the streets. So we can't be like, yo, okay, once you reach this age and you're up and you're like, like once you reach a certain age and you're up and you're like not in jail and you reach a certain success, then like all the same rules don't apply to you. The streets don't have a realistic retirement plan. You know what I'm saying? Because then we could be like, okay, because why would we expect 50-year-old niggas and 60-year-old niggas to adhere to the same rules and give their life to jail and da-da-da-da-da? It really doesn't make fucking sense when these are old ass niggas, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They have families, their grandparents and shit like that. Like, you niggas are grandparents. Why do we expect you to adhere to the same rules as the young, active street nigga, you know what I'm saying? So there should be a street retirement plan where you could be like, yo, once you're 50 plus and you get robbed or something, or you reach a certain level of success and money, and they could be like, and you're eligible for the street retirement plan, then you're allowed to snitch or cooperate when you are a straight victim.
Authorities.
Like if you're a straight victim, like if somebody just like shoots you for no reason or robs your house, you're allowed to contact the authorities. Regular street niggas can't just like, can't just do that.
That'd be a cool t-shirt. Retire from the street.
Retire from the street.
That's not
bro. I'm honestly
not selling.
I just can't help but think about it from a logical perspective. And I know that street shit is just not logical, but
at all.
The way that I look at it, I'm just like, if you don't utilize the resources of the boy them, both of you guys lose in that situation. Because look at Lil Durk. We are like, oh yeah, Lil Durk wouldn't have snitched, but isn't the nigga like facing charges or not in jail or whatever? Yeah, that's what happens. You both lose. Pooh Shiesty goes to jail.
That had nothing to do with snitching. That had nothing to do with snitching. That had to do with him putting a hit on people.
That's the point. That's what you do when you don't snitch.
No, that's what you do when you're in the streets. People do that and they still snitch. Lots of snitches are murderers and call hits and do all that shit and they still snitch. You know what I'm saying? Look at Italian mobsters and shit. I'm telling you, people snitch. It's a regular thing. And I'm just saying that like what I would like for our culture is for us to not expect to hold Gucci to that standard and to see where he's came with his mental health and the place where he's at in life is clearly not where he was at years ago when he was a crash out himself. And now he's clearly an executive, a businessman and a family man. And it doesn't seem like he even indulges in the streets the same way that he does before.
Right.
But we know that because of who he is and how he came up, he's always going to have that in him where he's a street representative. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we're going to hold it against him. But realistically, niggas did what they did. Call the cops. You know what I'm saying? Write a police report and send that man to prison.
Yeah.
Not jail, prison. Federal prison.
To be honest, me personally, bro, I don't even have to wait for you to do shit. If you're my op and I find out incriminating evidence against you, I'm sorry.
But that's why you're like Charleston White, though. You're a Charleston White ass nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Jeffrey Williams,
get that nigga out of here,
aka King Slime, aka Young Thug.
I'm fucking dead. But like lots of street niggas, like Meek Mill tweeted, but all the street niggas tweeted. They're all making things. They're disappointed in Gucci Man for snitching. You know what I'm saying? I'm just wondering what the fuck did you guys expect him to do? Die or go to jail and have a full on war with Pooh Shiesty over this?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying like the options are just fucking retarded. And I feel like niggas aren't even looking at the options, and that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? So I don't fault Gucci personally, but I do think that he deserves the backlash from the street niggas, because what else are they gonna fucking say? Like they're doing what they're supposed to do with their illogical logic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're falling consistent in their illogical logic to call Gucci a snitch, because technically he is a snitch or is participating in their version of snitching. You know what I'm saying? I personally think snitching is like if we do a crime together type shit. You know what I'm saying? But in the street nigga version is if you talk to the cops, you're a snitch. You know what I'm saying? You give a statement, you're a snitch. So I believe that Gucci would have called somebody else a snitch for this. So
It is what it is, bro.
That is actually true. I do think Gucci would be like,
Yeah, he would definitely call someone else a snitch.
come on, nigga, you supposed to get this. You know, yeah.
Handle shit in the street.
Yeah, you're in the streets.
You chat too much. Chat too much. Chat too much. Chat too much.